Have you ever made a quilling heart by using basic quilling shapes? No? Then you should watch this video, because I will show you how to make this quilling heart by using tight coils, marquise shapes and quilling scrolls. I highly recommend to use 10mm paper strips for this quilling heart. The 3D effect will be much better in this way. And don't use common quilling paper strips, because this quilling have to be a little bit sturdy. I use 130 GSM paper. But before we start with the quilling heart, we have to prepare our quilling shapes. Here are some tight coils on marquise shapes. I don't want to show you how to make them, because I want to focus on the quilling scrolls. The first scroll is a basic one. The second scroll has a longer tail at the end. This scroll has a curled tail. The next one has a tight beginning and a loose end. And here comes my favorite one, an S-shaped double scroll. Now let me show you how to make them. I always start to roll the paper strip with a slotted quilling tool just to curl the beginning of the strip. And then I remove the slotted quilling tool and roll the paper strip with my fingers. So I can be sure that the coil is rolled very tightly, because this is very important for the center of the scroll. If you do this, the center will be perfect. For the first scroll shape, roll the paper strip till the end and let it open up totally. To get the next scroll shape, you can easily pull the end of the paper strip and roll it back. And this is how you get the scroll with a tight beginning and loose end. If you use a quilling needle now to curl the end to the other direction, you will get the next scroll. And now you can make the S-shaped double scroll if you roll the end of the paper strip with a slotted quilling tool and down with your fingers. But pay attention, the second scroll must be rolled to the other direction than the first one. And here's another tip, make the second scroll smaller than the first one. In this way you can get a very beautiful S shape. Make a lot of these shapes and then we can start with the heart quilling. You need a quilling template board or a cork board. And then print out a heart template from the internet and put it on the board. Don't forget to cover the template with a sheet of plastic. I always use tape on the back side to hold the plastic sheet in place. There is no pattern in this heart template. That's perfect, even if you're a beginner. Cause as long as you don't cross the outline of the heart, you can't do anything wrong. I want to start with the top of the heart by using a quilling scroll. After I'm happy with the shaping, I use pins to hold it in position. Don't pierce the quillings with the pins. Use as many pins as you need to hold the quilling scroll from all sides in position. When you're done, you can go on with the next quilling piece. Because of the curved edge of the heart, I wanted to use another quilling scroll. And now I apply some glue on the areas where both scrolls are connected. Tweezers can be very handy in this project. I often use them to hold two paper strips together till the glue is dry. As you can see, my scrolls aren't really connected to each other. But there is no problem, just apply some glue and stick them together. To make these scrolls sturdier, I want to attach a tight coil between them. I always want to hide the end of the paper strip of the tight coil. That's why I apply my glue always on this area. There are no rules in which quilling piece you want to attach it next. Just play with the quilling shapes and try something out. And if you're happy with the design, attach them to each other. I used only scrolls and tight coils so far, but now I want to add some marquise shapes. When I was playing around with the marquise shapes, I found out that single marquise shapes won't look good enough in this quilling. That's why I recommend you to use at least 3 marquise shapes together and try to make them in different sizes. And here's another little detail which you have to pay attention. If you have a quilling scroll like this, try to hold it in position with another quilling piece. so it can't move and fall out from its shape. This is the whole process. Add your quillings one by one and your quilling heart will be done very soon. But keep in mind, never cross the outline. While I'm quilling, I want to tell you the story why I wanted to make this quilling heart. I'm pretty sure you have seen a very similar heart like this on the internet. The first quilling artwork that I have ever seen on the internet was this quilling heart. I was so fascinated by this picture and wanted to know what kind of art it was. I made a little research and found out that it was made with paper strips. And then my quilling journey has begun. That was in April 2021, and my first projects were horrible. And now, after almost 2 years of quilling, I want to share the experience that I have gained so far. And with that experience, I was able to make this quilling heart. I just want to tell you, never give up and practice a lot, and then you can be much better than me. If you are new to my channel and don't want to miss any of my quilling tips, you can subscribe to my channel and share the same quilling journey with me. And I really want to know, how did you start with quilling paper art? Just let me know it in the comments. Now let's go back to the quilling heart. Once you have completed the heart, search with your fingers for loose quilling pieces. Sometimes you have to add small tight coils to connect two quilling pieces, or sometimes it is enough if you apply a little bit more glue. And now here comes my favorite part. Remove all the pins from the corkboard and you can hold the quilling heart in your hands. I love this quilling heart. The 10mm paper strips gave it a much better 3D effect. And if you don't get enough of quilling hearts like me, you should watch this next video here. In this video, I will show you how to make the quilling shadow effect. Thank you for watching.